Meet the Smith family, a loving father, a devoted mother, and a joyful little girl. They enjoy their time together, sharing laughter and love. But one night, everything changed. Masked intruders broke in, causing chaos and fear. John tried to protect his family, but he was overpowered. Mary was attacked, and Emily cried in terror. John woke up in the hospital, confused and in pain. The doctor delivered the devastating news. Mary didn't survive, and Emily was in critical condition. Grief-stricken, John vowed to seek justice for his family. Determined to seek justice, John transformed himself. He underwent rigorous physical and mental training, pushing himself to the limit. John's determination grew with each passing day. John joined the police force, dedicated to finding his wife's killers. With his partner, Officer Sarah, he investigated tirelessly. Finally, a breakthrough. It was time to confront the killers. John confronted the main antagonist with all his strength, driven by his vow for justice. Justice was served, but the journey continued. John, now a police officer, patrolled the streets, protecting the innocent. Emily, inspired by her father's bravery, grew up with determination and strength. Thank you for watching.
A small, playful kitten named Shadow, with black fur and piercing blue eyes, lives in a cozy home with its loving family. Shadow enjoys playing with toys, cuddling with family members, and exploring the garden. Shadow explores the garden, chasing butterflies and playing with a friendly squirrel. The garden is vibrant with flowers, tall trees, and a sunny atmosphere. Shadow and its family enjoy a meal together, with Shadow playfully interacting with its siblings and parents, creating a warm and loving environment. Shadow makes friends with a wise old dog and other animals in the neighborhood. They play together, sharing joyful moments. A group of menacing stray cats with scars and hostile expressions start lurking around the neighborhood, causing tension and fear among the animals. Shadow has a tense encounter with the stray cats while exploring. The stray cats steal food and harass Shadow, showing their menacing nature. Shadow's family is gathered together, enjoying a peaceful evening. The atmosphere is calm, with soft lighting and a cozy setting. The gang of stray cats invades Shadow's home at night, attacking the house. The scene is chaotic, with broken furniture and distressed family members, crying and screaming in fear and anger. Shadow narrowly escapes the attack, filled with fear and a desire for revenge. The scene is dark and chaotic, with Shadow running through the night, crying in despair and anger. Shadow returns to find its family dead, lying lifeless on the ground with blood around them. The home is in disarray, and Shadow is overwhelmed with grief and anger. Shadow wanders through the city, struggling to survive in harsh conditions. The environment is stark and unforgiving, with dark alleys and rainy nights. Shadow encounters Sable, a wise old alley cat with scars and a tough demeanor in a dark alley. Sable initially rejects Shadow but takes pity on the determined kitten after seeing its desperation and the resolve in its eyes. Sable begins teaching Shadow basic survival skills, including finding food and avoiding threats. The environment includes gritty, shadowy streets. Sable is impressed by Shadow's resilience and sees potential in the young kitten. Shadow and Sable share stories of their pasts, building a bond of mutual respect and understanding. The scenes include quiet moments of reflection and shared meals. Sable reveals he once had a family too, but they were also attacked by the same gang. Shadow undergoes rigorous training under Sable's guidance, learning to fight, navigate, and survive. The montage includes combat practice, stealth exercises, and strategic planning. Sable teaches Shadow advanced combat techniques, focusing on agility and strength. The scenes show Shadow mastering new moves and becoming a formidable fighter. Shadow learns to move silently and blend into the shadows. The scenes show Shadow practicing sneaking around obstacles and evading detection. Shadow and Sable plan their next moves, discussing the gang's weaknesses and strategizing future attacks. The environment includes maps and tools. Shadow spots a stray cat from the gang stealing food in the market. Anger and determination fill Shadow's eyes. Shadow follows the cat stealthily to learn the location of the gang's hideout. Shadow confronts the stray cat in a dark alley, demanding information. The fight is intense, with Shadow showcasing its new skills. The stray cat, defeated and scared, reveals the gang's hideout. Shadow prepares for the final confrontation with the gang, steeling itself for the upcoming battle. Shadow stands determined, eyes filled with resolve as it sets out for the gang's hideout, knowing the ultimate fight is just beginning. Shadow stood at the edge of the dark alley, the weight of grief and the fire of vengeance burning in its heart. With Sable by its side, the journey for retribution had only just begun. The shadows that once hid the fear now concealed the growing strength within the small, black-furred kitten. As Shadow steeled itself for the final confrontation, the promise of justice echoed through the night. Stay tuned for Part 2, where Shadow's journey continues and the ultimate battle unfolds. Will Shadow find peace, or will the darkness consume all? Don't miss the next chapter in this epic tale of courage, resilience, and redemption. The kitten wanders alone in the busy city, scared and teary, surrounded by tall buildings and bustling streets. Hiding under a bench during a storm, the kitten shivers, with tears streaming down its face amidst heavy traffic and dark, ominous shadows. In a dark alley, the crying kitten, tears falling like a waterfall, looks terrified as street animals surround it, creating a tense, dangerous atmosphere. A kind stranger approaches and scares away the bullies. The stranger offers food to the crying kitten, who looks relieved and hopeful. The stranger gently holds the teary kitten while walking through the city streets, heading home. Entering a warm home, the kitten's tears start to dry up as it feels safe and relieved in the cozy living room. In its new home, the kitten accidentally knocks over a vase, looks scared, and starts crying again, fearing punishment. The family reassures the crying kitten, showing love and forgiveness, creating a warm and comforting atmosphere with tears of joy in its eyes. The joyful kitten plays with toys and cuddles with family members, feeling loved and content in its new home.